Mute. All right, we are muting. All right, here we go. And a beautiful Tuesday morning to you. Welcome. And let's begin. So we were just talking about before the recording about breathing. And we always begin class with our breathing exercise. So let's go to that again. It's such a fabulous habit to be aware of both nostril dominance, the evenness of your breathing, the depth of it, the quietness of it, all of those things. So close your eyes, sit up nice and tall, head, neck, spine, line it all up, shoulders back and down. Sit up very straight. This is physically straight and energetically straight. And when you go to the breath, always notice the openness of a nostril, or if one is primarily closed, always notice that. Smooth it out, even it out. It's the smoothing out part that is crucial. So at the top of the inhale, there's no pausing or jerking. At the bottom of the inhale, no pausing or jerking. So it's a very smooth, even cycle. The more we practice this way of breathing, the more it's going to be during our daily life when we come across stress or trauma or disappointment or shock, all of those things that happen normally during our human existence. And then if we lose the breath awareness, we come back to it even quicker and calm ourselves down, in a stressful situation. All right. So open the eyes gently. Continue centering. Press the palms together. So this is also a nice way to touch the thumbs to the chest, just to finish that centering. And then continue on with thumbs to the throat center, and then to the brow center. So last week we practiced this in a little different way, and I couldn't remember, what these positions were named. And it's right thought, right speech, and right action. So that did finally come to me. And then release from there. So starting with the forehead, just brush the worry lines, the sweat, the tension, and just release that. This is a real important one. You can do this every morning. If you use cream in the morning on your face, it's a great time to do it. And then just quickly the upper bony ridge, the eye socket. And then under the eye. And then I think a real important one is that sinus one, where we rub along the edge of the nose and give that a firm pressure. You might hear a little snapping in there. And then under the cheekbones. It's always a real nice one too, because that starts to relax the jaw. And then rub the temples. And it's always in both directions when we're doing the circular. And then heel the hand on the chin and rub up against the jaw is also really nice to do first thing in the morning too. And then what I do, before I put a little bit of makeup on, before I do this, I rub right up my face as well. So everything comes up, right up toward the hairline. So you can do that too. That's a wonderful, wonderful practice. Okay, so release from there and let's work with the neck. So readjust the spine, sit up super tall, and then drop your chin to your chest. Roll your shoulders back a little bit more. Just notice what you feel, just in this simple motion. And then drop the right ear to the right shoulder and notice. And then roll to left ear to left shoulder and notice again. All right, come back to center and we're going to look right and kind of notice what you feel in the neck and the top of the shoulders and the upper back. See what's going on. And then try the left side. So it's always a noticing and a deeper, subtle feeling, past just the physical motion. So come back to center and drop your chin to your chest again. See if anything changed. And then begin a neck roll. And always, always notice. All right, keep your chin to your chest, sit up a bit taller again. See what's going on. And then on an inhale, begin to look up toward the ceiling. Always noticing, observing. And then back to center and start the turtling. Take it slow though, and notice what it feels pressing forward. Is it awkward, uncomfortable? Pressing back? Does it hurt? Can you not press back? And then keep going forward and back. And then, of course, we're always trying to bring a little bit more movement into our postures as long as it's comfortable. We take that in stages. That's why we practice the same thing, every time we come. Because some of these things are lifelong ways of opening up pathways to the body and through to the muscles. And we just have to give it time. All right, one more forward, one more back. And then this time we're going to press forward and hold it there. And what goes through your mind? What's the sensation? What's the first thing that you thought of? All right, now turtle it back, do the same thing. Ask those questions. What does this mean? All right, center yourself and just relax, kind of go in. Dangle your arms. Let's do a few shoulder rolls, nice big ones. And then some forward. All right, relax from there. Okay, moving down the body, let's bring that right arm across the chest and see if you can get a hold of that shoulder blade, if not somewhere close, and straighten out the elbow and reach it away from you. And we're going to go back to our breath and do about 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale, or exhale and inhale is 1 breath. All right, release it. Nice, easy, gentle transitions. And then go to the other arm. Straighten it out. Relax it. And just let the arms dangle. And then let's do waterfall today. So that's the one where your right hand palm is facing you, and then your other palm is going to grasp the thumb and the palm. So it's palm to palm. And then I like to start at the waist and bring the arm up. So extend the elbow fully, and then bend back and then down again. And then just keep going. Let's do a lot of these. So match the breath. And get full extension to that arm. Bend the wrist back and the fingers back as much as you can comfortably do it. And even slowing this down to elongate the breath is a good idea too. So this next one, let's do a long, slow, deep inhale and exhale. All right, relax that side when you're done. And then let's try it with the left hand. So it's still palm to palm, get that thumb in there. And then just start the waterfall on this side. You can go start out a little quicker. Get the joints to really move first. And then we work a little bit more with the subtle. work with the fingers and the wrist first. Do a couple more of these. And then we're going to do that one last one with a slow breath. Shake all that out. All right, let's work down the spine. So do our seated cat stretches, nice big deep ones. All right, one more. And back to seated and just observe. I usually feel tingling throughout my whole body when I do these simple exercises. And then let's go right into our pelvic circles. This is another one where we continue with that tingling sensation when we're done with this little simple practice. So highly effective. It's so often you don't have to do a lot of stuff to get the body back in balance. So the aerobic activity is fabulous. It's got its place. But then so does this, because we're dealing with more on a subtle level where you're watching what you're doing. It's that mindful practice, that we've heard about for years. And this is the physical part of the mindful practice. The even subtler, of course, is contemplation, prayer, and meditation. All right, so let's switch it. One more, center yourself, and then start the little tiny ones. I like this one too. This gets a little bit more subtle. Switch direction. All right, now go still and observe. Ask yourself what you feel. there might be an emotion behind that also. And figure out what that is too. So our emotions are tools. The practice is not letting the emotion take you away. It's to use it as a tool and use it wisely, including anger, and then let it go when it's done. That's the lifelong practice. Very difficult to do, but that's what yoga is about. It's the basis of yoga, is trying to let those subtle tools be your guide rather than the master. Okay, so hands to the heart center, knees and feet together. Let's do our spinal twisting, right to left, and then back to center and switch. So I'm doing a little quicker version today. All right, balance yourselves out, come to center, and then go back to right elbow to the left knee. We're gonna hold it. And then open the arms up and hold. Bring your palms together, center, and switch sides. So get settled in first before you open the arm. So it's not necessary to speed through this. So this is the subtleness of asana. All right, touch the palms, center. Rebalance, extend the arms, prayer flow, inhale it up. And exhale it back to the heart. Press the palms, heels of the palms together. Spin your fingers forward, reach forward, open the back. Really reach. Breathe deep in between the shoulder blades. But soon I'm going to be doing a breathing class and teach the complete breath along with diaphragmatic breathing and maybe Nadi Shodhanam. And it brings the breath up into the higher lobes of the lungs, which is what we're doing right now. And then inhale, open and breathe. So this would be more middle belly breathing. And then back to center and release from there. All right, let's do our sun cell today. So cheers. And then always finding that mountain pose first, at Tadasana, and pointing that second toe forward and finding that energy from the center of the foot, pressing the big toes down, the little toes down, arcing the foot, running it right up the legs, right up through the torso, right out the crown. relaxing the feet, and then hands to the heart center. Thumbs to chest. It's Tuesday, so we'll do our 1 with 3 variations. Press forward and up and back. Forward fold. Right lunge, and work with any variation you wish. All right, down dog. Stay in down dog for a moment. Plant your heels, lift your toes, press the hips back, arms by the ears, and we're going to breathe along the spinal column. Now just slide into cobra. Nice, beautiful, fluid movement. Get your toes really curled under. Hips to the chair, shoulders back, look forward. Think of a cobra. Think of the hood of the cobra is your shoulders. Think of it expanding and opening. And then back to down dog. So plant the heels, lift the toes, breathe. All right foot steps forward, working with your left lunge. And the subtle practice is noticing what's different between right and left. That's part of it. Notice if there was any change in your nostrils. Forward fold. When you're in your forward fold, I touch my forehead to the chair and I release my back and shoulders. I slump forward. So you want to let go of that holding on in the mid to low back, well, all in the upper back, all the way. Arms at a T, come up. And to your heart. Okay, let's take a moment just to feel that, to observe that. Do you have a sense of being more balanced and more energized? I always have a feeling of increased well being, a real generalized feeling that seems to go throughout the body, which is what sun salutations are designed to do. Because every joint in your body gets to move. So let's come onto your knees. We're going to go into camel again. I know we did this last week. So use your chair. You can do the chair version and slip the legs underneath the chair, hands on the seat. And then it's pressing the hips forward. You want to create that arc in the back. So work with that. So if you're stiff there this morning, just do a few of these. Kind of wake up that part of the body. And then gradually go deeper. Until you come into that full, modified camel with your head back, if you're able to do that with neck and hips forward. You can come out of it several times and go back into it. It's a nice way to practice, good and safe. And then once you're warmed up, go to your deepest place, hold it. Come up slowly, go into rabbit, top of the head to the floor, very, very slightly touching the floor, hips up. And then let's come out of that and come to seated. Okay, we're going to rebalance quickly with just a simple forward fold. So however you guys get into this, you can do the arms up version or just walking toward the feet and do kind of the pulsing. Inhale up and exhale as you lower. All right, find that low point, go to it and hold. and breathe even. And notice how enjoyable just this simple folding can be. And you don't have to be that far down. It's whatever your limit is. All right, walk up the legs, come to staff. Staff is hard. Looks like you're not doing anything. Not true. Especially if the knees are flat on the floor, which they really need to be, and the toes are up. So everything is engaged. Back is straight. Try to get that little bump out of the low back. And then just gently relax out of that. All right, let's go to butterfly, kind of open everything up. Hands on your ankles or over the toes, and just a gentle flutter to begin with. So we haven't worked too much with the inner thigh yet. So butterfly starts out kind of slow. And then you can kind of gradually work up to a little bit quicker, a little bit bigger butterfly. I think they're all in Mexico by now. And then a little bit bigger, really get them going. All right, so pause, straighten out your legs. You go in just a quick staff pose just to relax the legs. And then go back to butterfly, but we'll work with nobility. So that's just bringing the heels in more, hands on ankles or toes, and then pressing the knees down, holding them there, and then shoulders back and chest forward. It's a very strong posture. We're going to hold this for a few seconds. What's so cool about my new digital app, clock app, is it's got seconds on it too. So I never knew how many seconds we were holding it. And a lot of postures, to get the full benefit of them, is to hold them for beginning at 30 seconds and working up to a minute or 2 or 5. I took a class where I did 5 postures in an hour. That was interesting. Mountain pose was one of them. I just stood there for 5 minutes. Very interesting, because that's when the subtleness of things start to emerge. So we might have to have a class like that. Maybe we'll have a specialty class. So we've already held that for 30 seconds. So it does go by quick. All right, gently release, go back to staff. And then bring your right heel into your hip, give it a good hug, and walk down your left leg to where whatever your ability is. You want to keep that right knee up. I remember in past classes around the holidays, I found myself when I was teaching holding the postures longer. And I think we'll do that again this year because we just need sometimes to slow down. Although this is going to be a different year, it's probably going to be slow anyway. But you never know. The energies still might be there that we need to slow down. All right, so let's walk up, straighten it out, go to staff real quick, and then go to the left side, hug it, and go to that right leg. So we might be experiencing maybe a different form of a holiday stress by not being with family. I'm going to do Zoom with family this year. All right, walk up that leg, take one more quick staff pose. And let's go on to our tummies. And I'm feeling maybe a crocodile pose right now. So hands on the upper arms, legs in a V, toes pointed out. Walk your elbows in and rest your forehead. All right, let's re-energize and go back into a wide-kneed child's. Touch your toes, keep your arms extended. We're going to go into cobra. And once you get comfortable in this position,
See if you can rest your chest and your chin. All right, forward and up, cobra.
Try to stay low and scoop up. And then back to child's.
And then now with the breath. Inhale, cobra.
And exhale, child's. So you can elongate your breath if you wish. Keep going, do several. And then this next few, let the breath initiate the movement.
So don't move until you begin the inhale and then begin the exhale. So that's part of the subtleness of asana. All right.
Release out of that and come onto your backs. Happy baby. Press the low back down. And then we're going to end with a belly twist again today. So if you would bring your knees together, arms out at a T, feet off the floor, and drop both of your knees to the right. So keep them stacked. That's kind of part of it. And then just allow the body to adjust to this. Look to the left. And when you're ready, straighten your legs out so that the tips of your toes touch your hand or almost. Now let's work with the subtleties.
And start relaxing the shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. And then breathe down both arms and back up. Soften your face, do the same thing. Everything is relaxed. Lower part of the body is doing all the work. Relax your chest, your belly. Okay, very mindfully, bend your knees. Bring them back to center. Just establish center first. In fact, let's do another happy baby. Let's press that low back down. And then go into belly twist on the left. Okay, so once that's established and you're comfortable, straighten the legs, toes towards the left hand. And then now start relaxing the upper body. Don't forget the face. All right, bend your knees, slow, mindful, center. Go right into Shavasana. And just for the next 30 seconds, sweeping breath from the crown of the head, down the body, out the toes. Watch it spin around and inhale back up the toes, up the body, the width of the body, out the crown of the head, and starting it all over again, watching the breath as it travels through the body. All right. Gently wiggle fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back into your rooms. Gently roll to your left side and come back to seated. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.